Alright students, so today's class was solving the systems of equations by substitution, which means that you're going to solve for one, and then once you know the value of that one, you're going to plug it in or substitute it in into the other equation to solve for one variable. Once you solve for that one, you go back to the original, plug that value in to solve for the other one. So it sounds kind of complicated, but let's begin. So here I see the two equations. The easiest one to solve for is y because it's there by itself. So all I have to do to get a y equals here is move the x. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write this one first, this equation, the blue one. And I'm going to solve for y. Okay, and I'm going to put y as a green item. All I have to do to have y equals here is remove the x over. So to move the x, I do minus 2x minus 2x. So now I have y equals negative 2x plus 1. Okay, this is what y equals to. So now I know that what y equals to. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in into the other equation. So this, I will call it my red equation. So in my red equation, I will rewrite it, and here is the y. Instead of writing y, I'm going to put a parenthesis and I'm going to plug in the value of this. So 2x minus 2 and open parentheses and write the value of y instead of the actual letter y. So instead of y again, I'm putting in what y equal to in the first one. And I'm just going to solve it like a regular equation. So I'll follow all the rules. For instance, the first thing I'm going to do is distributive property here. Nothing happens with that one, so I just bring it down. Negative 2 times negative 2x gives me positive 4x, and negative 2 times positive 1 gives me negative 2. And that all equals to 4. Now that I cleared it up, I am going to combine like terms on this side because it's not all the way simplified. So these two can be simplified together or added together. And this would be 6x minus 2 equals 4. And now I have just a two-step equation. Remember, I'm solving for x in here. So that means that x equals 1. Okay, so now I have the value of x, which is 1. So now I'm going to go to my equation over here to find the value of y. So if x equals 1, now I'm going to plug it back in here to figure out what y equals. Okay, so now I have y equals negative 2, and instead of the x, I'm going to plug in the 1. Okay. And then I will clear that up and solve for y. So y equals negative 2 times 1 is negative 2 plus 1. So y equals negative 1. Okay, and there we go. Now my last step, and I can't show you because the calculator doesn't really work here on this screen. My last step is I would put the both values. So I will take this first equation and plug it in the calculator as is, but instead of x and y, I would plug in the values that I got. Or you can do it by hand. 2 times 1, so to test out the values would be 2, plus negative 1 gives me 1. So yes, that is correct. Over here, 2 times 1 is 2, and negative 2 times negative 1 would be positive 2. Okay, so does 2 plus 2 give me 4? Yes. So that means these are correct. Okay, so the last step would be showing the calculator that both equations, by plugging in the values, give you the correct answer so that you know that you are correct.